Yo, what's going on, everybody? Hey, we back with another one, man. Boxing is back. Hey, check it out. If y'all don't know, let me let you know. Mike Tyson, Roy Jones, scheduled fight, November. It is going to be epic. You got two legends of the game stepping back into the ring. Everybody see how Mike look. Mike still looks sharp. Mike still look focused. Emphasis on focus. Everybody got to stop bringing up the old Mike. This ain't the old Mike. Mike is older, but mentally, Mike is in a totally different mind space. And physically, you see where my man is at physically. Mike still has excellent movement, still has power. His signature left to right style still in effect. And at 50, 53 years old, some people say Mike is 53, some people say it's 54. From my research, I got 53. Mike is a problem. Roy Jones, legend, still a problem. He is training right now, not necessarily for the fight, but I'm sure he's training for the fight now. But he is a trainer now. So just like Floyd, physically, he's maintained some relevance of shape. But let me give you the tale of the tape real quick on these guys, man, before we start talking about a couple of things, man. Mike Tyson is 53 years old. His weight is unknown, but you already know they coming from the heavyweight division. His height is 5'10". Mike had 50 wins, 44 knockouts. And some of us remember those knockouts. Losses, 6. His last fight was in 2005 against Kevin McBride. That was his last fight. So this is 15 years later, man. He's blessing everybody coming back to the stage of boxing. Some of the key signatures about Mike Tyson, overall, his style, and these are, in my opinion, his aggressiveness, his power, his movement, his IQ, his left hook, his right hook, and that uppercut. Roy Jones Jr., tail of the tape, age 51, weight unknown, height 5'11". So he's not that much bigger than Mike. You know, on TV, guys look bigger, look smaller, whatever, but he's 5'11", Mike is 5'10". He's not that much bigger, so he doesn't have that much of an advantage as far as height over Mike. Reach is a different story. But with Mike's movement, he can get past that. We're going to get to that. Let's continue on. He had 66 wins, Roy Jones, in his career. He has 47 knockouts, 3 more than Mike Tyson. He has 9 losses, 3 more than Mike Tyson. His last fight, now this is a little bit funny because I don't know if this was a mix-up or what, but they had his last fight also as Kevin McBride. I don't know. I got some of these stats from Google, so don't blame me. Blame the Google man. Some of his attributes, from my perspective, is going to be he's still quick, he's still elusive. Roy has a good jab, and with his speed and with his movement, he always liked to pop that jab out there. You know what I mean? Roy had a fantastic jab, and he still has it. Also, his right hand. He had one of the best 1-2s in the game because with Roy's speed, he hit you with that jab. Bop, 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 bop. You know that right hand is coming down the pipe. It's kind of similar to like how Deontay Wilder be setting people up, man. Roy Jones used to do the same thing. Also, he has an high boxing IQ. He's a legend. And last but not least, Roy's a phenomenal athlete. That's one thing that not only people always talked about. If you take Roy Jones outside of boxing and you put him on the scale of any other athlete, any other prospective sport, Roy is a top athlete. He's one of those individuals. It doesn't probably matter what he does physically, he will probably excel. He's a phenomenal athlete. And at this state of the game with his age, it's no surprise that he can come back because physically he is still in good shape. So now that we got a little bit of this out the way, give everybody an idea where these guys are and where they've been as far as stat wise. Let's bring everybody up to date. Currently, Mike Tyson is training. Currently, Roy Jones is training, and he's a trainer. Now, you've seen Mike Tyson try to give jewels to some young up and coming fighter, excuse me, but I wouldn't label him as a trainer yet. But Mike is still an excellent fighter. We still see that. And the other ventures that he's doing in his life mentally, man, like Mike is in a very good space right now. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Hot Boxing with Mike Tyson. Excellent show. Make sure you guys visit that channel, man. Subscribe. Mike, I'm trying to tell you, man, Mike is a deep dude too, man. Mike says some stuff, man, that makes you think. And Mike knows a lot. A lot of people, you know what I'm saying, doesn't understand the mental aptitude that Mike has. Like Mike knows a lot. He's a smart guy, very wise, man. You could tell a lot of stuff that he's been through in his life. Mike then came through it, man. You know what I'm saying? A different person. He's a changed man. You know what I'm saying? So is the weed helping? Probably. But besides that, Mike is an excellent dude, man. And like I can't reiterate this enough. Excuse me. He is in a good space mentally. Mentally, he is in a good space, and that should worry people. Before he was a short fuse. Mentally, he was unstable. You know what I'm saying? People seen the shit. Excuse me. People seen the things that he was doing. You know what I mean? Bit Holyfield aired. You know what I mean? Like just like not really caring about the sport. Like I said, Don King, when he got his hands on Mike, man, like after Custom Idol passed away, that was pretty much the end. You know what I'm saying? That was the end of his career. You know what I mean? And I'm glad that that eventually relationship was severed and Mike had to go through what he went through to become the man that he is today. Same thing with Roy Jones, man. You know what I'm saying? Like shortcomings, you know what I'm saying? Like that last fight when he pretty much walked away from the game. I mean, he also been through some things in the sport. Like I said, boxing is not only a great sport, a dangerous sport, man, but boxing can take a lot out of you. You know what I mean? Especially if you put enough time in it. You put enough time in a boxing game, man. I mean, you are going to feel the effects of it. That's why a lot of players are thinking about that money first because they know they see the legends of the game. They see the toll that it took on them. And not only that, I mean, you just look at some of the other fighters, man, who have been nullified by the game. You know what I'm saying? Like their life has been totally different since they left boxing due to injury, a drastic loss, or life circumstances itself. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, being a boxer is a lonely game. It truly is. So if the pressure starts to get to you in accordance with all those other factors, man, it could take a toll on you mentally and physically. You know what I mean? Because once your brain starts to eat away, you know what I mean, at itself, then eventually it's going to start working on your body. But I'm glad that Mike Tyson and Roy Jones have come through everything they went through to get where they are today as boxers, but more importantly, as men. So coming up, fight this upcoming fight, I can't wait to see it because as a fan, what Mike brings to the table and what Roy Jones brings to the table, I mean, that's a good fight. Mike already said I have one speed, and that is coming forward. So if Mike is going to come forward on Roy Jones Jr., if I'm Roy, I should be a little bit nervous because let me tell you something. Mike Tyson, his movement, even with Roy's fast, quick, powerful, sticking jab, the way that Mike moves, left, right, left, right, left, right, slipping, coming, Mike is going to dip a couple of those. Once he gets on the inside and he comes up and he hits Roy with that left hook to the body, and Roy buckles, and then Mike come over the top with that signature right hand. If he catches Roy with that shot, Roy going to sleep. He going to sleep. And if he don't go to sleep, not only will I be surprised, I will be impressed, especially if he's able to recover and get through the rest of the round or through the rest of the fight. But let's not sleep on Roy Jones because Roy also has power. He has, or he had 47 knockouts in his career, three more than Mike Tyson. So don't get it twisted. Roy Jones can hurt you. And depending upon what kind of shape physically that Mike is truly in when fight night comes, is going to see how, I guess, the fight probably will progress as far as the later rounds. I believe it's only going to be an 8 round exhibition. So you can truly believe from round, I would say 1 to 4, 1 to 5 is really going to tell you if that fight goes a distance, who's going to be the winner. Now, do I think that fight has a chance to end early? Absolutely. Absolutely. If that fight ends early, I would say it probably could end early around the, hey, let's just say fourth round. Let's stick to the four. That's one of my lucky numbers. Let's say four. If that fight goes past the fourth in the decision, I think Mike go take it. But if he takes damage and it goes the distance, then Roy can take it. You know what I'm saying? Because although these guys are just coming back to the ring, let's not get it twisted. Mike Tyson is the A side. You always go ahead to A side and B side in boxing. It don't matter if somebody's coming back, especially in this type of situation. Mike Tyson is the A side in this fight, ladies and gentlemen. So the excuse me, the performance that they put on is not only going to show a lot, it's going to say a lot, improve a lot, but it's going to tell everybody. And this is like an old saying, as they say, but never give up. Always believe in yourself, because the trials that these men have went through, especially Mike Tyson, nobody would ever think they would have seen Mike Tyson in the ring again. That's number one. Number two, where he's at in his life and where he's at in his business, nobody thought Mike Tyson would ever be there. So for that fact alone, you never count out Mike. And more importantly, look at things on a broader scale. You never count out anybody. Everybody has the chance. Everybody has the chance to not only succeed and to not only win, but to be the best person that they can be. You can get through whatever you got to get through. Just keep fighting. Put one foot in front of the other. Stay positive. Keep your mind right. Keep your spirit right. Watch the ones around you, and you will be okay. Had to talk to the camera. Still getting used to it. Much love. Hey, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, people. You out there. So this fight is going to be, in my opinion, phenomenal, man. I really truly believe it's going to be a good fight. If people enjoy seeing Mayweather come back to the ring in that exhibition against, I'm not even going to mention the Japanese fighter from Rising. I'm going to say Conor McGregor. If you enjoyed that, then Mike Tyson and Roy Jones, that is going to do phenomenal numbers, ladies and gentlemen. Phenomenal numbers, because people are clamoring for that fight. And once, I don't know if things going to open up, but I'm sure they're going to find a way to get that fight not only done, but broadcasted, publicized. Now, if that fight takes place with no fans, not only I think it will still sell, but I think it's still going to sell phenomenally. Because remember, Mike got his own platform now, and people want to see that fight. So somebody is going to make sure that fight happens. So stay tuned, because I sure am. And everything, everything that I hear about that fight, I'm gonna make sure that I bring it to the people ASAP, because I can't wait. I truly can't wait. Like I said, all these appetizer fights, man, with these young up and coming guys, that's outstanding. But we all want to see the premier fights happen. That's what we want to see. And although these guys are coming back to the game, I'm sorry, man, but Anthony Joshua, Tyson Fury, Deontay Wilder, I mean, all the current heavyweights in the game, the heavyweight title fight that I want to see, because I don't know if a title was on the line, but the heavyweight fight that I want to see right now is Mike Tyson and Roy Jones. That's the only heavyweight fight I want to see. I don't want to see Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury. I mean, I still do, but as far as one, two, At the top of that list is Mike Tyson and Roy Jones. I'm sorry, I got to see that fight. I need to see that fight because not only I'm a fan of the sport, but I'm a fan of these guys. You know what I'm saying? Much respect to Roy Jones. Much respect to Mike Tyson. Much respect. You know what I'm saying? Real dudes. And see, over here, man, at Real Talk Live, that's what we are about. That's what I try to promote. You know what I'm saying? Just being real, whether we're talking about sports or I'm just trying to be positive and put that uplifting message out to people. You know what I'm saying? So don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Visit the playlist. Those uplifting and motivational videos that I'm talking about is define your peace segments. You know what I mean? Just being positive, saying something that will uplift and encourage people. Other than that, man, definitely got sports videos, boxing, football, basketball, Eagles, Sixers, and boxing, baby. That's what we bring. So on that note, man, I appreciate everybody. I hope you guys stay tuned because more is coming. We're new, but we're improving. Stay tuned. Stay blessed. Stay motivated. Be righteous. And if you're looking for anything, if you're searching for anything, make sure that you find and you search for peace. And I hope you find it. Much love. Real talk. Catch you on the next one.